forget to put that on the top or bottom. He went down 2 cards, I went down 2 cards, but you don't get to discard me. Pretty cool stuff. Yeah, look at it and cry, bro. Look at it and cry. Boom! This deck is so good, guys! Oh my lord, this deck is so good! Like, oh, with the way we just beat them on our turn 0! Hello everyone, it's the one and only Time Raveler. I'm the control guy and I'm back again. You guys are absolutely loving the videos. Wow, dude, we just broke our view record of all time. Currently, the Flage video is at 1.8k views and we hit 200 subs. I can't thank you guys enough. You guys are amazing. Thank you so much. It really motivates me to keep up the good work and get these control decks for you guys. So yeah, let me just show you guys what we're playing in this video. Okay, so I had a lot of comments, well, a specific person who really wanted to see me play a control deck that basically has no real win conditions. That's just, I just control and just grind you to dust and you have no fun, you don't enjoy playing the game, you just concede on me. My win con is the emotes on Arena, okay? That's what y'all wanted to see, that's what you're gonna get. So in this deck, we're playing Bant today. No Uro, no Oko, no win cons. Technically, we have Solitude, Subtlety, and a couple other creatures we can technically attack with to win. But that's not the focus of this deck. They are just there because they're good cards. What does this deck actually do? This deck, as you might be able to tell, is called Narset Coliseum. Narset, part of Veils. We've seen it on the channel before. I believe it was... I don't remember what video it was in, actually, but there was an arena dev who ended up drawing 7 cards into Narset and lost. But she has a static ability that says each opponent can't draw more than 1 card each turn. So, that's the first part of this deck. The second part of this deck is a land called Cephalid Coliseum. Cephalid Coliseum says as long as you have Threshold, that means 7 cards in your graveyard, you can tap this and sacrifice Cephalid Coliseum, choose target player, and that player draws 3 cards and discards 3 cards. Well, this land is usually played in like self-mill decks that like want to like filter their land, their hand, and like discard like graveyard creatures and stuff. Nah. Today we're playing this in control, and we're never gonna target. We're rarely gonna target ourselves. Obviously, you can technically target yourself with this. Just change your hand and also fill your graveyard for your other Colosseums. But what this is going to do, this is going to target our opponent when we control Narset, because it's going to force them to draw 3 cards and discard 3 cards. Now, if we do this on their turn, they've already drawn for turn. So they actually get to only draw 1 card a turn, right? So if they draw for turn and then we target them, they draw no cards, but have to discard 3 cards. So it's a mono blue discard 3. That's pretty cool. Now, the problem is, this combo is a little bit jank, so... Oh yeah, disclaimer, don't play this in ranked, by the way. This deck, I literally made it today. I don't know if this is the right version of the deck. I don't know if you could maybe more optimal, different colors. But basically the idea is, I was thinking, okay, we can do this up to 4 times, right? That's probably enough to win a game, but don't forget we're sacrificing a land every time we do this. Is that worth it? This land kind of deals us damage as well, so do we really like that? Basically, how do we make this deck more viable, and how can we like do this over and over again? So I thought of, okay, there's this card in Legacy that's, I think it's even legal in Modern, I'm not sure. It's called Life from the Loam. That would be amazing in this deck. Just being able to just return lands to your from your graveyard to your hand. And also, the Dredge mechanic lets you just fill your graveyard for the Cephalid Coliseum. Unfortunately, there's exactly 1 card on Arena that has Dredge, and it's the Necrobloom, which is not playable. So, no Dredge for us, but... The next best thing I could think of is Crucible of Worlds, but I don't own any. So I was like, Crucible of Worlds. I swear there's a creature that is Crucible of Worlds. And I thought, oh yeah, Ramunap Excavator. Do I own any? I happen to own 3 Ramunap Excavators, which is clutch, because that lets me play this deck. So I started off with 3, ended up going down to 2, because I figured out I also own Crucible of Worlds. So obviously these cards, if you look at these cards and you're like, dude, control guy, you're tripping. This is not timeless playable. No, I'll be honest, it isn't. It isn't timeless playable. I think this is not a good deck. It's just not a great deck, but it's really fun when it goes off, though. it's fun when it goes off, and I mean, we do have just cards that carry this deck. Subtlety, Solitude, One Ring, Mana Drain, Brainstorm, Source of Plowshares, Teferi. There's a bunch of cards in this deck that just make the deck good. So obviously we have some stinkers in the deck, but on their own they're bad. But with this together, they could be good. Who knows? Conduit of Worlds is also really interesting as well because of its activated ability. First of all, what you can do with this, if they somehow kill your Narset, you can actually Conduit of Worlds to bring Narset back, then play a Coliseum from the graveyard and do it to them. Or, in the late game, if they're like an aggressive deck, you can start looping One Rings. So this lets you cast one spell from your graveyard if you've not cast a spell, and then you can't cast any more spells, right? But if you have a One Ring, and have another one in the hand, or in the graveyard, you Legend Rule your One Ring, you get protection from everything, then next turn, you target your One Ring in the graveyard with this, cast it again, protection from everything. So you can start, like, looping One Rings and always, like, just have protection forever, while also just, you know, drawing cards, making your land drops, and holding open interaction for your opponent. So I feel like that's a cool interaction. Obviously, Conduit of Worlds itself is kind of a weak card for Timeless, but if you are in that really grindy game, it's gonna work. We're also a Leyline Binding deck, so the mana base, we got kind of taking inspiration from the Jeskai deck. We're playing 2 off-color Triomes that are both white because we're not playing Mystic Sanctuary. Yeah, just being able to fetch all those with Windswept Heath, Flooded Strand. Our lands fetch all of our lands. Flooded Strand doesn't fetch Forest, and Windswept Heath doesn't fetch Island, but that's okay. That's not too bad. Apart from that, we do have the Tamiyo Brainstorm package. Tamiyo is just a good Planeswalker. I don't know if it's meant to be in this deck, but we can't play Kahira anyway because of Ramunap Excavator. It's not one of Kahira's types. So I decided, why not play Tamiyo? I had Uro in this deck at first. I had Oko in this deck at first. But first of all, we want no wincons. Second of all, Uro actually eats your graveyard, so it's worse with Cephalid Coliseum. And Oko obviously is really good, but I just decided not to play him because no wincons. That's the only reason I'm not playing Oko. Oko would be really good in this deck, being able to make food tokens and being able to elk your One Ring if you need to, but then Legend Rule the elk and have a new One Ring, that would be really good. But I'm just not playing Oko simply to have no wincons. If you want to make this deck stronger, probably take out the Tamiyos and add Okos. Probably cut down Narset and Coliseum, maybe do 1 Coliseum, 2 Narsets, and play Okos. Like, it's probably just better, to be honest. But I'm here to do the funny thing. If you keep track of my Mox field, I might make this a more viable deck, as I just said. Add Oko, cut down Narset, cut down Coliseum, but I don't know. Another option for this deck, for if you want to do this Narset Coliseum interaction, is Sultai. I think Sultai is also a really good colorwitch for that, because in Sultai you get what's that card called? Witherbloom Command, which can get back lands from your graveyard, and is also just a good spell. It mills you as well. It's just really good with Cephalid Coliseum. But I didn't want to go 4-color because that's just too janky. So yeah, this video you're gonna see some play queue games. We'll see if it works. If we win a couple games, we'll play it in ranked. But apart from that, I don't recommend crafting this deck. This is more of a proof of concept of, can you win by just being rude to people? So yeah, we'll see. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you so much for all the support. I really appreciate it. I'll see you guys in the video. Peace. Okay. We have a decent opening hand. We have all our colors. No fetches though. Ramunap Excavator obviously really cool with fetch lands, because that basically means you get to have a land drop every turn. See, the thing with this deck is you really just have to survive the early game, so I feel like we should be fine here. I don't know if I want to shock in Hallowed Fountain to hold up. I think I will shock in Hallowed Fountain just to hold up Swords to Plowshares. Obviously, if I play this tap, there's a better chance of me drawing Mana Drain. Maybe, I don't know, but I'm just gonna hope we draw lands, and we'll see. We'll see where this goes. Shock in Hallowed Fountain. I want to hold up Swords to Plowshares because I'm done playing against creatures. Alright, they have Bloodstained Mire for us. Swamp. Deathrite Shaman. Well, this is why I kept the swords. What now? Are they thinking about scamming a grave? Okay, so they are grieving me. This is why I kept the Swords to Plowshares. Obviously, I could have solituded it, but it is way, 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 way better to 1-for-1 the grief, because they went down 2 cards here to discard a card. So now that I was able to use only one card to kill the Grief, that's way better for me than if I had to use two. Obviously they have a Deathrite still. I was gonna kill the Deathrite Shaman, but killing a Grief is much better. Because they probably have like a Reanimate in hand, right? That's why they went for that. So they're probably gonna discard a Solitude or a Teferi. I'm not sure. Teferi obviously answers it if they try to reanimate my Solitude, but that's probably their plan for next turn. It's like reanimate my Solitude. I drew the land, which is really good. I'll play this. I think I'll keep a Binding. It'll cost 3, so that's keepable. Probably gonna reanimate my Solitude here. If I had to guess. No? What is he doing? Black. Creature of the Schism. Okay. Okay, sure. I will shock this in. Play Teferi. Bounce Preacher. They could have a Bowmaster, but I don't mind. Bounce Preacher of the Schism. And let's see if they attack my Teferi with Deathrite Shaman. They might not. If they do, then I'll exile it. If they don't, I won't. Alright, let's keep Teferi around. I think that's worth it. I think it's worth keeping Teferi around. Cool little interaction with Ramunap Excavator. I can channel Boseiju and then play it later. Plus... but I don't think it's worth missing a land drop over. So let's just do this and play Ramunap, because why not? No lands in the graveyard because we didn't find any fetch lands, but it's alright. It's alright. Also, the thingy, what was I saying? The Conduit of Worlds in our deck lets us actually cast Solitudes from our graveyard if we evoke them. So that's pretty cool. That's a pretty cool interaction. We're also never going to miss a land drop again. What are they doing? Is this just the Preacher of the Schism? Sorin? Oh my goodness. Okay. That's fine though. Sorin is fine. I kill Sorin anyway. They put a Vampire onto the battlefield. How bad can it be? Oh no, a Vein Ripper. I guess I will just fetch... Do I even fetch Shock? Fetch Shock or do I get Forest? I think I fetch Shock. Fetch Shock, play Solitude. Target Vein Ripper. Sacrifice Solitude, lose 2 life. I sacrifice Solitude there instead of Ramunap, because Ramunap lets me play lands from my graveyard. I guess... Because now I get to, like, empty my library of all its lands. Alright. Yeah, I think Solitude Vein Ripper... Solitude kind of destroys the whole Sorin Vein Ripper combo. It's so bad now with Solitude, because I can just exile it whenever I want. And they're stuck on 2 lands because they're playing a scam deck. They deserve it, by the way. I don't even feel bad for them. That's a quick little win. I guess you guys got to see Ramunap Excavator. With its main purpose being a 2-3 attacker, not the fact that it can play lands, but... You know what, man? I'm not even mad, because they're playing scam, and they play, like, what, 18 or so lands in the deck, so they deserve to get land screwed. Anyway, I'll see you guys in the next game. Alright guys, quick intermission. I just played a game and realized that Temporary Lockdown, in fact, isn't Wrath of the Skies and actually destroy exiles or non-land permanents. Meaning I exiled my own Tamiyo, which was about to ultimate. Yeah, so we took Temporary Lockdown out of the deck. We are now playing 2 Supreme Verdicts and 1 Authority of the Consuls. I don't know if this card is good. Let's test it. Let's see. Because this deck is already, like, mid anyway. So let's see if this card is good against, like, aggro, I guess. Or I guess I'm allowed to just play a different... I don't see it. It's either this or another counterspell. Actually, do you know what? I'm going for another counterspell. Like, at this point, I have 1 slot here. I don't know what I'm looking for. I'm just going to go for another counterspell. We'll see if this is good enough or not. But yeah, I'll see you guys in the games. Yeah, so last game I was about to stabilize at 1 life with a Tamiyo ultimate. And I played a Temporary Lockdown first because my opponent was playing like a burn aggro deck, right? And as I was going to ultimate my Tamiyo, I was like, where's my Tamiyo? And she was gone, so can't do that. Can't have that. Anyway. Speaking of Tamiyo, this land is a 1-lander. I don't think we can keep this, especially with our opponent going first. I'm going to have to mulligan this. This is a 3-lander, but no white. However, we can pitch Solitude, and we have a counterspell, I think we can keep this. In fact, I think I might even want to bottom a land, because I do like the One Ring. They're playing Kahira. I really don't want to miss land drops, though. Against a Kahira strategy, I might even be able to bottom Solitude. I don't know. I wish that was a 7-card hand, to be honest, but it's whatever. You don't get those all the time, I guess. Start with Hedge Maze, hope it finds us another land. I know I kept the Teferi because it was pitchable to Solitude, but I think against a Kahira, that's probably either... Oh, okay, they mulligan to 5. I was gonna say that's either Control or Elementals. They mulligan to 5. What the heck? What am I watching? Okay, Sacred Foundry tap. We found a land. That's really good. That's really, really good. Okay, they're on Jeskai control. They just buy Kahira on turn 3. Okay. I guess their hand does actual nothing. And that's actually really rough for them as well, because they bought Kahira here, which is why I always say don't just tap out, because now I get to resolve Teferi. Now I know that against the control deck, my plays are always going to resolve. That's pretty good. Pretty good to be able to do. 4-color. Wisdom Reef. They are on elementals. Okay. Good to know. Ephemerate Risen Reef. Okay. We're on a wild one here. Okay. So the goal here is just fill our graveyard as fast as possible. So this will get... I don't have any more Surveillance on the deck. I could cast the One Ring, but I think I want to actually do my deck's game plan here. I want to fill the graveyard as fast as possible. So I'm going to fetch and I'm going to counter the next play. I did that, by the way, so the rebound fizzles, so they can't rebound, they can't ephemerate. That's why I did that. They will probably try to Omnath here. I don't know. Okay, well, I guess my counterspell is useless. Nice, good job, bro. You did it. Leyline Binding. And they probably play, all the pitch elementals too, so Teferi isn't even safe from a Fury here. Which also, I mean, I hope Teferi survives here, but that almost was a misplay. Alright, let's get a second. We don't really need that much green, so I'll get the Raugrin Triome. Get more blue. Plus Teferi. Shock in the land. Play Narset. I'm gonna get a Swords to Plowshares here. Make them think I don't have a counterspell. Oh, that's uncounterable, so that's gonna kill one of my planeswalkers. Who's it gonna kill? Teferi or Narset? Why? Okay, it kills Narset. Wow, how do they know? How do they know that that's the right play? How do they know? I guess they don't really care about Teferi, huh? Okay, well. I'm just gonna keep playing the game, I guess. The One Ring. If they, by the way, if they had not targeted Narset, I could have started making them discard, but they're just smart like that, so. Cowan of Souls. Fun card. Invalidates entire decks. Yes, sir. Oh, you put cards in your deck that say counter target spell? Too bad. I put creatures in my deck. I mean, I'm not too mad. Like, it's a card design, I guess. I guess they have to pay the opportunity cost of having a multicolored land for all their creatures, but you tell me if that's good or not. Anyway, our opponent is taking a sweet time. I guess they don't have another Fury in hand, because that would be too easy, right? They're thinking probably if they want to, which elemental they want to make uncounterable. Have I already hurt them so bad that they don't want to play anymore? Is it already at that point? How? I've literally only cast the One Ring, bro. You can put the One Ring in your deck. You can even cast it off Cavern of Souls because it's colorless. Because Cavern of Souls for some reason can make colorless mana. Wouldn't it be more balanced if Cavern of Souls could only make the mana for the creature? Why can it make colorless? Like, isn't that a little unfair? Like, there's just no opportunity cost, no? I say that while playing Triomes, which you could argue are even worse, because they just make every deck viable. But, look, man, everyone has their gripes in Magic, right? Okay, my guy, please stop roping me! Stop thinking! Play your creature deck! It's not that hard, just play it! Ugh. Okay. It's okay, guys. They're thinking really hard about whether to cast their Risen Reef. Okay, they've decided they don't want to cast their Risen Reef. Okay. I will Brainstorm. Solitude is not bad. Supreme Verdict also not too horrible. I think I'll put these lands away. And then I will fetch for the Indatha Triome? I don't know. Yeah, probably. Oh, my turn. Ramunap Excavator. Now that is a card. Let's draw cards off the One Ring first. Yeah, I was saying, I thought we might hit Narset, but we didn't, so I'm lucky. Do I cast Ramunap here? I think so, right? Just dies to Fury, but then Fury can't kill Ramunap and Teferi, so I think that's fine. Play a fetch that from the graveyard. There's only two or so more fetchables in my deck, I'm pretty sure. We have a Breeding Pool, 2 Hallowed Fountains, a Forest, and that's pretty much it. Alright, well, here comes the other Fury. They're targeting Teferi with something. Arena gives you too much time. I think Arena gives you way too much time. The fact that they would get another rope here after this rope is so crazy to me. They're on 0 timers, but the rope is going to extend again. I'm pretty sure that's how it works. I'm pretty sure the rope extends again, even though they're... Alright, well... That's the stack though. That's the stack. This deck wins by them conceding, right? So that's what you guys wanted to see. So that's what you get. They had 3 counter spell biggest. Alright, we go first. We have a land, a Brainstorm, a counterspell, some Narsets against a Luris deck. Let's see. What now? Monastery Swiftspear, we're against Burn. Again. Can't catch a break against Burn today. You guys probably haven't seen me play against Burn, but... Been playing against it a lot. I think I do keep a Solitude on top. Shove this in. Do I just Solitude now? Is it... I mean, it doesn't really matter, right? Because it's Burn. If they cast a 3-drop, I might even be able to solid. No, I can't because I need a mana source. Yeah, I'm not gonna counter a Mistrust Bauble, guys. Don't worry, I'm not stupid. What now? Bump in the night. Sure. I'm not countering a bump in the night either. I want to counter like a... Okay, I'm not counting a lightning bolt either, but I will be exiling your... Actually, cancel? Because I might as well try to brainstorm. Maybe I find source of Plowshares. I did not. Let's see. Okay, well, I didn't find a better spell to pitch, so... Or I could just take this hit. I could also just take the hit. Nah, but I want to be able to... Okay, let's put this and this on top. Because Oh, that's not what I meant to put on top, but it's fine. Let's kill this Monastery Swift Spear. Alright. My turn. I draw a card. I'll play my Misty Rainforest. And then I will counter a spell and fetch. I don't know. See what they do here. Dash Dragavan. No, thank you. Fetch a Meticulous Archive here. They have another Ragavan. Of course they do. Meticulous Archive. Oh, swords. Nice. Won't you look at that? And I get mana drain mana? Oh, life is good. Life is good, guys. Oh, another swords. Life is good. Life is good, guys. I could have done this in their combat. I should have done this in their combat, because if they draw the third Ragavan here, I'm in a bit of pain. But it's okay. They always draw it. Like, okay. Okay, you can't make this up, though. You can't make this up, though. Of course they draw the third Ragavan. Like, what? How? 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 How is this even real? Like, I said that as a joke because it happens every Magic game, but, like, how is this even real? What? Like, how did they top deck Ragavan there? Like, out of all cards they could have drawn, like, what? Like, what? Like, Jesus. At least I get to do this to them. This is pretty funny, actually. They don't get to keep this Ragavan. In fact, they don't get anything. They get to buy Lurrus next turn. I will put... Breeding Pool? No, I want to draw this, right? Okay. At least they don't get to do anything here. Because on their upkeep... I'm just looking here what I need to do. Kill that. Play Coliseum. On their upkeep, I Coliseum them. Jesus Christ, man. Yeah, you don't get any of those. Put those straight to the graveyard. Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah, buy Lurrus, bruh. Alright. No, I shock this in. I could have kept the forest, that way I didn't have to shock, I guess. Now you get a Mishra's Bauble. Eidolon. Sure. Bit annoying, but that's okay. Because I'm starting to gain life now. I can hold that for a Brainstorm, I guess. I get to Lurrus here and then bring that back to Ragavan or something, but that's fine. I have to find a removal spell, I suppose. Too easy. Magic is an easy game. They don't want to block with either of these, do they? They block with Ragavan, because they know they can get it back. Joke's on them, they can't. I'm still going to hold this land. I don't need to cast it yet. Play it yet. Ragavan number 4, with no cantrips in the top 17 cards of his deck. 4 Ragavans, by the way. 4 Ragavans, no cantrip, top 17 cards. This is why one of my commenters said red should just be removed from the game, because it's just unfair. It's just unfair. Like, why? How do they do it? With no cantrips in their entire deck. The deck cannot draw any extra cards. But they are drawing... They've removed 2 of my removal spells. With their 4th Ragavan, by the way. Okay. It's fine. It's okay. It's okay. It's fine, Wizards. It's fine. Keep this up. Keep it up, Wizards. You're doing a great job. No sculpting at all. No scrying, no ponder, no brainstorm, nothing. Just full odds, 4 Ragavans. These are the odds. Like, what do I say? What do I say, bro? Like, how do they do it? How do they do it? And to make matters worse, the Ragavan exiled the Solitude, and then a Swords to Plowshares. And I drew a land and then a land. So if the land and one of those spells were in the other order, I would have been able to beat that Ragavan. But nope. Nope. It's just too easy. Magic is just too easy sometimes for red players. It's just too easy. They just draw all their good cards. It's just too easy. Alright. We have lands and spells. I think this is a keep. Playing against artifacts. Do I start with the Meticulous? I believe so. Another land to the graveyard. Another artifact land. Patchwork Automaton. That's gonna be big really fast. Another Narset. Let's see. I think I want to Brainstorm. I don't really have a 2-mana play anyway. Oh, nice. I get to Tamiyo now. Put back second Narset and probably a land. No. Probably a Windswept Heath. No, but now I draw those cards again, so... Probably gonna fetch Island here. Play Tam Tam. Alright. See how this goes. Next turn I get to Ramunap. Is that even good? I don't know. Is it even good to Ramunap Excavator next turn? I can exile the Simulacrum Synthesizer, I guess. That's pretty nice for me. Hope they don't have a... I don't think there is a 4-mana Affinity for Artifacts creature, so should be good here. There's Ornithopter, so now I can't block the Patchwork Automaton. That's fine. No blocks. Another one of those. So, here's the question. Do I cast Hold Up a Counterspell? Or do I try to Leyline Binding the Synthesizer now? I think the answer is Counterspell. Counter that big play, and then I'm able to exile the Patchwork Automaton, paying for its ward with the Counterspell mana. I don't know what the right play there is, but I think that could be close. Another one, so this is definitely not resolving. I'm sorry, that's too good. That would have just made like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Would have made a 6/6 and just started making 6/6s every turn. I'm good. Thank you. You can hit me for 4 though. Yep. Ouchie. I get 3 mana here. Okay, 3 mana. I think with 2 of that, I will play Patchwork. Not this guy. I'll play Ramunap Excavator. Then with the rest, I will exile you. Pay the ward. Attack with Tamiyo. Investigate. Trying to navigate this situation. Then next turn I can kill both my creatures to kill some tokens they create, I guess. Yep, there it is. Boom. Make a 6/6. Yep. That sucks. I guess I'm allowed to fetch, and I have 1 mana binding. It's pretty cool. The One Ring, that changes things. That, my friends, changes things. Now I get to play a land, play the One Ring. Can't die. I get to flip Tamiyo now. Nice. Isn't that cool? Now we get to flip Tamiyo. Nice. Patchwork, that's fine. As many creatures as you like. Play as many creatures as you like. Another Frogmere Enforcer, that's fine. Another 9/9, that's fine. Kappa Cannoneer, that's fine. Yep. 11/11s, 12/12s, be my guest. Yep. Do your worst. The One Ring, baby. No blocks. And now I just die for some reason, because I missed the Imagine I just died there, because I missed that somehow damage can't be prevented or something. Alright. You are, in the end, just a creature deck. So Tamiyo? I could have made another clue token, but honestly that is so irrelevant. I will now proceed to, for 1 white mana, Leyline Binding. Take away your toy. And for the rest of my mana... I should have played a land from the graveyard first. That was a misplay, but it's fine. Because next turn, I can do the Narset thing to them. Let's see their recovery play. That's not bad. Oh, I could have Solitude that! I'm so bad at Magic! I could easily have Solitude that. That was straight up a misplay. And they concede though. Okay, I could have easily Solitude that Patches, but they concede. After casting a Chalice on 0, which does actual nothing against me. I guess I could have just wiped the board again. And yeah, this deck's win con. They just stare at a board full of permanents and lose because there's just nothing they can do. But yeah, that's that again. There's that again. This hand is horrible. I think I'm going to mulligan this. Although, actually, no way. I can pitch Verdict to Subtlety. Never mind. It's keepable. If Tamiyo was my only pitch, I wouldn't have kept this. But because I can pitch Verdict, it's fine. They're gonna grief scam me here. I'm gonna scam them right back. Love that. So now you get to put that on the top or bottom. You went down 2 cards. I went down 2 cards, but you don't get to discard me. Pretty cool. Pretty cool stuff. Yeah, look at it and cry, bro. Look at it and cry. Boom! This deck is so good, guys! Oh my lord, this deck is so good! Like, oh, with the way we just beat them on our turn 0! Oh! Amazing. Yeah, so basically, their hand is not dead after all, not dead after all, not dead after all, not dead after all, or Undying Malice or whatever. And they realized, oh, wait a minute. Grief is on top. I just lost the game and leave because, yeah, they just can't beat us without scamming a card, apparently, so. That's why Subtlety is good. Subtlety is much better against scam than Solitude. Solitude, same thing. You 2 for 2. It's a 2 for 2, right? They exile a card to evoke a creature that dies instantly. I exile a card to evoke a creature that dies instantly. But with Solitude, they still get to discard you. With Grief, they don't even get to hit you with a discard spell. So it's just like, they're just out. So yeah. Love Solitude. Really cool card. One of my, probably my top 15 favorite creatures. I personally like Solitude a little bit more, but great card. That's how you win games. Alright, so we're back for the wrap-up. Now, this deck is pretty cool. I like the idea. I like the idea of Narset with Cephalid Coliseum. It probably is decent to some extent. What I don't like is how slow this deck is and how long it takes to assemble the lock. When you have the lock, it's over. They can't do anything. Every turn, you're going to return a Coliseum and do it to them on their upkeep. So even if the Coliseum, the one card they draw is a castable card, they can't actually cast it because they discard it in response, like as part of the resolution of the ability, right? So that's pretty cool. However, this deck tries to assemble a 3 or 4 drop on the battlefield, another 3 drop on the battlefield that is targetable by removal. Also, this is also targetable by removal. The only thing that they might struggle to remove is an artifact, but this is a 4 mana tap out artifact. You have mana drain, but these are all 2 blue pips, 2 green pips, so it's really hard to just leverage. Then you want 7 cards in your graveyard for Cephalid Coliseum, and you want the Cephalid Coliseum, but you also don't want the Cephalid Coliseum too much, because if you draw it in the early game, you'll have to keep tapping it and it will keep damaging you. I think this is too convoluted. There's definitely a deck that can use this as a one-off, but man, like, when will they just give us Days Undoing? Once they have, trust me, whoever, you guys who want decks that just don't win the game and just make your opponent miserable, once they print Days Undoing onto Arena, we're cooking. Because Days Undoing does what this clunky thing is trying to do in 2 cards. Super clean. Narset with Days Undoing. You don't even need to have any of the big things in your deck, because that just wins the game, right? Because with Days Undoing, not only do they discard all their cards, you also draw 7 cards. And it shuffles your graveyard back into your library, so all your good spells are back in your library. So Days Undoing is just gonna be it. But I don't know how that card is still not on Arena. Like, it's legal in Explorer and it's still not on Arena. I don't know. I feel like they just have to print it, but they're not doing it because someone at Wizards HQ doesn't like wheels with Narset. Remember? Anyway, what I'm saying is this deck is not great. I don't think you should play this. I don't think you should craft this. I love it. Again, I love this deck, but I don't think it's great at the moment. It's like, it's too fair. This might have worked without all the other all the other Modern Horizons 3 cards, but then obviously this is a Modern Horizons 3 card, so we can do this before. The interaction is really sweet, but again, probably not viable. Don't play temporary lockdowns with your Tamiyos. Not worth it. You will lose them. You'll cry. And yeah, I want to show you guys a segment after this of a game that I ended up losing. Not only because my opponent got immensely lucky and hit a very low odds chance of top decking the 4th Ragavan in the top 17 cards of the library, but it just showed that I did the thing. I had the Narset, I had the Coliseum, I made them discard their whole hand, but they just still win because, first of all, most timeless decks can either just cast spells from the graveyard to win, or they just top deck a win. Like, before you've assembled the 3-card late game lock of Coliseum with Worlds or Ramunap and Narset, before you've assembled that, they've top decked the Unholy Heat to kill your Narset, or the Ragavan to hit you with, or the Burn spell, or the Shadow effect to break your artifact. I don't know. It's just, or they just have a Leyline of Sanctity and you can't target them. Like, by the time you've assembled this, it's like turn 8, turn 9. Why would you do that if you could just win the game with Flage, right? And as much as I love the sentiment of a control deck that doesn't win and only wins by them conceding, and yes, all my opponents this game conceded. Not a single opponent did we beat down with a Solitude or whatever, right? They all conceded. So that's one thing. But then again, is that worth it if you actually want to win games? Probably not. So this is just a little control guy's wet dream. Just you don't win the game, you just don't lose the game. But in the end, if you want to win, just play a good deck. Play a deck that can like either have more powerful cards in it, because it's just blue-white. Like, just blue-white, no weird land shenanigans, no Narset, I think. Because I think Narset actually isn't even timeless playable at the moment. I feel like Narset is just, it doesn't hit enough things. Necropotence doesn't draw cards. It just gets killed by Fury. I don't know. But yeah, that's pretty much my thoughts. Again, this deck is really fun. If you have these cards, if you have the wild cards, if you're a whale and you want to spend money, just have some fun in the play queue. There it is. And there are a bunch of cards in this deck that overlap with other decks, obviously. Like, there's a bunch of cards that you're gonna have anyway. But if you don't want to craft Ramunap Excavator and Conduit of Worlds, I can fully understand that, because neither do I. So yeah, that's about it. I mean, again, sweet deck, but probably not playable. How many times have I said that in this video? Anyway, guys. Yeah, right, a pack. Almost forgot that we have to open a pack at the end of each video. Yeah, but before we open this pack, I just want to say thank you so much for watching. Really appreciate it. I'm thinking of when I want the next stream to be, and actually, the other day I ran into my viewer Pedro on the ladder. We were both playing the Flage Mirror, and I ended up winning. I got a little bit lucky. I was mana screwed for the first like 7 turns, but ended up drawing my 4th land, and my build of the deck was a little more optimized than the version on my Mox field, so sorry for doing that to you, Pedro, but hey, it was a great game. It was a really cool game, really fun interactions. But that thought gave me the idea I could do viewer games with you guys if you want. So like, if you catch me on my live stream and you want to play, just add me and we can do some viewer games. But yeah, I'm thinking about when I want to do it. Probably this weekend. We'll see. But you guys let me know in the comments when you're free because I'm free most of the time. So just let me know when you want to have a live stream and I'll see. Give me what time you want it and what your time zone is so that I know like to translate that to the UK because I'm in the UK obviously. I know most of my viewers are probably in America, in the Americas. So just let me know what time zone you're in and when you want the stream to be because it's always a shame to see at the end of the stream it's like, oh, I just missed it, I'm sorry, I would have liked to join. But yeah, just let me know. I want to stream again soon, but yeah, just let me know. Anyway, let's open this pack and let's see what we got. Alright, no mythic, but oh my god, this pack might be bad. I mean, we got a free wild card, so I'll take that. Oh, okay, Flooded Isle, not bad. Good card, pretty good card. I think I have 3 of these now. 3 or 2? 3 or 2. Let me actually check my collection real quick. I have 2 Flare of the Niles now, so we could make a deck with this sometime. However, I don't know what blue creatures are good. I don't own any Snapcaster Mages, unfortunately. But there could be a more, like, creature-y control deck that we could build. I also have 2 Flare of Cultivations. What flares do I have? I have 2... No. What the hell is this? This is the white flare. Anyway. Anyway, guys. Yeah, just wanted to say thank you very much for watching, guys. I appreciate the views. I really appreciate the growth this channel has seen. It's crazy. This channel is like only like 3 months old and it's already at 200 subs, averaging like 1.8, 1.4k views on average. That's really good. Like I'm so proud of you guys. I'm so proud of the channel. I'm really happy. I love making content. So yeah, I hope to get more after you guys soon. But apart from that, I'm the Control Guy, and I bid you all farewell. Peace.